Electric heater. What you know about types of energy to describe the energy input and output. Input means the used energy, while output means the produced energy of various devices, for example, the electric heater. Remember some examples of energy inputs and outputs from previous activities. So, the electric heater, from its name, we could divide its name into two parts. Why? To know the input and the output energy. From its name, if any device starts with electric word, it means the input energy will be electric. Again, if any device starts with electric word, the input or the used energy will be electric. What about the output? From its name, the second part, heater. So the output energy will be thermal or heat. So from what I said, the input energy or the used energy will be electric energy, and it will change into thermal energy or heat energy as an output or produced energy. So this is the first example, the electric heater. Now remember the different types of energy. We have different forms of energy. For example, the kinetic energy, the energy of motion. The second one, the chemical energy. It's a type of potential energy and it could be found in battery, fuel, and food. Now, the third, thermal energy. We can call it heat energy. Then the radiant or the solar energy, and we said it includes light and thermal energy. And the radiant or the solar energy comes from the primary source of energy, which is the sun. Another example, the electric energy that moves through the wires. Then the sound energy. Now, as we said before, the energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another. This is the law of conservation of energy. Where does the energy go when its forms change? Again, where does it go? Do you think energy can be destroyed or run out? Could we destroy the energy? Of course, the answer is no. Do you think energy can disappear or be used up? What do you think? Of course, you already know that energy change and that there are many types of energy. So, energy is constantly converted from one form or type to another. Consider this example. If you have ever ridden a bike, you are a part of a series of events that involve energy conversion. Let's see what will happen. Now you are riding a bike. So let's see the energy chain while riding the bike. As we said in the previous episode, any energy chain will start with what? With the main source of energy, which is the sun. And the sun gives us what? Solar energy. Then what will happen to the solar energy? The plant will absorb the solar energy to make its own food. Again, the food will store what? Will store chemical energy. So, the solar energy will be absorbed by the plant to make its own food, so the plant will store chemical energy. Then, human will take the plant to make its own food. So, the human body will store also chemical energy. Then, when the human ride a bike, he will use the chemical energy to move the bike. So the chemical energy will change into kinetic energy. So there is an energy change here. There is a flow of energy starting from the sun until riding the bike. As we said, if you have ever ridden a bike, you are a part of series of events that involve energy conversion, as we saw in the energy chain. Another energy chain, or another example, you eat breakfast, so that the chemical energy in your food will give your body energy. Remember, eating breakfast, it's a food. The food has chemical energy that will be stored inside your body. So, where the chemical energy changes into kinetic energy, as you push on the bike pedals with your legs, you cause the bike to move. This is the energy chain, but it's written at the beginning. The human will eat the food to store chemical energy inside the body. Then the human will use the chemical energy to ride the bike and move it. So the chemical energy will change into kinetic energy. Then the kinetic energy in the bike is also becoming heat energy as the tires rub on the Earth's surface. Remember in the previous term when we talked about two objects touching each other, for example, the bike tires and the surface of the Earth. Now, there are two objects touching each other, so a thermal energy will be produced as a result of the friction force between the two objects. So, the kinetic energy will change into heat energy as a result of the friction force between the bike tires and the Earth's surface. Another example of a different type of energy conversion, like the electric lamp. When you turn on a light bulb, you are starting an energy transformation, as we said. So the electrical energy that powers the light bulb is converted into light and heat energy. As we said, the heat energy here is wasted energy. Wasted energy means it doesn't help the device to do its function. Okay?
تقدر تتابع كل دروسك على تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، المستقبل يبدأ الآن.